Hello everyone, it's me Linda. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. I hope the weather's good where you are. I'm sure it might be a little chilly because it's cold down here in North Carolina and on further south from us. My brother lives in Alabama and he said it's very cold there. So, yep, we're having a little cold snap, but I guess it's supposed to warm back up. So, actually, I enjoy the cold. I like it. I'd rather be cold than hot because, I mean, you can only take off so much, but you can keep piling on top of what you already have to get warm. So, anyway, that's enough about the weather. So, I wanted to share something with you that I made over the actually I made it yesterday. And I probably should have made a video as I was making it, but I didn't think about it because I was binge watching old episodes that I had never seen of Law and Order, and I just kept working on it while I was watching them, and the next thing I knew, it was finished. So here it is. And I'm just going to tell you about it first, and then we'll go from there. So what I used to make it with was an old pillow sham, I think, a quilted one. I've had the fabric for a while, so I don't really know. I think that's what it was. But I thought it was pretty, and so I used it as the cover, and I did go around each one of these with a straight stitch because I wanted to sort of quilt the inside, although you really can't tell. But, I mean, you can see it like I can see it. I don't know that you can, but you can see where I stitched through. I wanted it to look a little bit quilted. So the inside is made, it's an old placemat. Probably about 14 or 15 years ago, I found 8 of them in a thrift store, and I bought them. I didn't really know what I was going to do with them, but I was just getting into fabric journals, and I figured they'd make great bases for fabric journals, and yes, they did. I have one left, and all the rest of them I've used, and the size of this was a piece that had been cut off of one of the placemats, so that's why I made it this size. Because I was using what I had, I didn't want to cut the other placemat. So that's what it is. It's a placemat and an old quilted pillow sham. And these pillow shams, when you can find them, and there's lots of pillow shams at the thrift store that are already looking old and tattered, which is what we like, right? This actually has a little hole in it right here, I think. Maybe not. No, I guess it isn't. I was thinking there was a hole in it, but I guess that was on another piece that I cut off. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is that they make great covers for your fabric journals. The only other thing I did to this was I just added a piece of lace right down the spine, and you can see my stitches a little bit where I stitched. Everything is hand sewn, and there's 3, would you call them signatures? Could you call them well, they're not signatures, it's just one signature. There's 3, I guess, if you were working with paper, you'd call it folios, but I'm just going to say there's 1, 2, there's 3 pages here, and on the other side. So there was, I don't have to explain this to you, you know. I sewed it down the middle, and it made 6 pages. and I used my, and I need to take my iron or my heat gun and heat tool and get rid of the line here, because I wanted it to be straight, and the only way I can do anything straight is if I draw a line. And I did. I drew a line with my friction pen. If you know what a friction pen is, it disappears with heat. So, and that's what I use. I always use those if I want something to be straight, because otherwise nothing's going to be straight that I do. So anyway, it's stitched here, and I hand stitched it together. So that's the journal. Now I'm gonna tell you about it. In this journal, I have included on each of these pages, front and back, a little piece of fabric. And I'm going to explain about that. So let me see what I have in here that I can use. Okay, here's a heart. So let's say I was going to slow stitch this heart, which I will at some point. It's together, but that's all. And I don't remember what. I know this side was from an old quilt. I don't know what this side was from. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't even know where it came from. Somebody might have given it to me. This is an old quilt, I can tell. And I don't know about that. So anyway, if I wanted to put this in my book, but if I just, and this is pretty much for my subscribers that don't know about slow stitching, because I've had some that have asked questions about it, and that's why I'm showing this. And I apologize if I'm not explaining it well enough. I'm hoping that since I can't explain it, I can at least show it. So if you wanted to slow stitch this, or even just attach it into your book, if you just put it right on the page and you stitched it on, you would see the back of it right here. And then if you put something else on here, say you wanted to put this on this side, then your stitches from stitching this on would show on this side. So how you take care of that problem is you stitch onto this right here. And then your stitches are here, you see them. And then on this side, you would stitch this down. So when you get ready to attach these, and you wait until you have both sides done before you attach. So like if you already did this and you knew you wanted to attach it, then you just put your pin in it and let it stay there until you did this side. And once this side was done, then you lay that down, and if you want to, you can add some lace in between if you want to, make your pages a little fancier. You could add, do I have a piece of lace laying around anywhere? Can't believe that I don't. Here I do, in here. Say I wanted to add a piece of lace, then what I would do is just lay it down here on the edge, in between, on either side. And as I stitched this down, the lace would be in the middle, like that. So everything would get stitched down at the same time. The lace, if you wanted to use lace, this, and this will get stitched down to the page that is sandwiched in the middle. And that's how you do it, where you don't see your stitches. If that makes sense, I hope it does. Not sure. I'm not good at explaining things, but I hope you get the idea. If you don't, there's plenty of stitchers on YouTube that will explain it better than I did. But anyway, that is it. Now see, I can show you in this book that I made. This was one of my first books that I did any stitching in. And I can't remember. I think this might have been Sew for the Soul. I did it with a group on YouTube, and I think that's what this was. We had prompts, if I remember correctly. But each of these pages were sewn to something in between. Now, sometimes you can use felt. Felt works really great to use as your pages that you're going to attach your work to. But I found that when you use felt, it really bulks up your book by the time you get your stuff in. But for whatever reason, I prefer to use, and I think this is probably just some muslin. Pretty sure that's what that is. So that's the little stitching book, slow stitch journal, if you want to call it that I made yesterday. And then this I made a while back, and it is a little sewing kit, needle keep, whatever you want to call it. People call them different things. And in here you can put scissors, and I put the names of the different types of needles, because back when I made this, I didn't know which needle was which. Well, I'm still not that great at it, but I know better than I did then, because I've had this for a long time. I made this back when I first started learning to slow stitch, and I actually made it on my sewing machine. So this is not hand stitched. This is sewn with my sewing machine. But it's a really good starter needle keep because it is labeled. And here you can put your pins. And these are all the different types of, there's a needle in there right now. I used this a lot when I first started slow stitching, but I don't use it anymore. There's a stain here because this was an old handkerchief, and it had a stain on it, and I didn't mind that being there, so I left it. And I just used a piece of seam binding tied to a white safety pin to tie it up, because when you put stuff in it, it gets a little fat and you need to be able to close it up. It would be easy to change that to something else. So anyway, the reason I made this, and I'm showing you these to you, is because I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And the reason that I waited until I was in the middle of this video to say anything about that is because although I'm going to make an official giveaway announcement, I really am having the giveaway. It is for my subscribers, those that watch my videos and comment on them and support my channel. Now recently, and I've mentioned this before about, I don't know, probably last week or maybe the week before, that I had finally went over 3,000 subscribers, and I didn't even know it. Because I just had a giveaway was it last month or the month before? Had I known I was so close to 3,000 subscribers, I might have waited. But that's okay because it gives me an excuse to have another one, because I really do like to give my subscribers appreciation gifts. And I have not been doing that very much in the last couple of years. Sorry for that glare. I'm trying to sit here where I can keep the sun from shining on my table because it's very sunny outside. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. As most of you know, if you do giveaways, you get lots of people that come by and subscribe and leave a comment so that they can have a chance to win the giveaway, which is okay. That's perfectly fine. It's a way to get subscribers. They're not, I mean, it helps your numbers as far as your subscribers go. But personally, and I may be the only one that feels this way. If I am and you don't agree, I apologize, but hey, I'm being honest. If I have a giveaway and I have, say, 10 or 15 people that are new subscribers that they subscribe and they leave comments to be in my giveaway, but I never hear from them again unless they win the giveaway. Then they'll, come back, and they'll come back to see who wins the giveaway. If they win, then I'll get an email and they'll give me their address and I'll mail it to them, and that'll be it. Never hear from them again. Well, that's not what I want. I want my subscribers to know that I appreciate them, and I want one of my subscribers that I know is going to come back. That's who, the ones that support my channel. I want one of those to win the giveaway, but that doesn't always happen. If I'm lucky, it happens, but it doesn't always happen. Therefore, this video here will be the giveaway that I choose my winner from. It won't be the official giveaway announcement. Am I playing a game? Yeah, probably so. Who does it benefit? It benefits my supporters. That's who it benefits. So I may get 10 comments on this channel. Well, that's going to be, maybe I'll get 10 comments on this video. Well, that's going to be the people that are in the giveaway. The 10 people that watched my video and know because they watched it, what's going on. Now, I do have one thing that I would like to ask. And that is that you don't mention giveaway in your comment. If you mention giveaway in your comment, then I will delete that comment, because I don't want anybody that didn't watch this video to know that there's a giveaway that I'm choosing from this video here. Now, that doesn't mean that if you forget and you put giveaway, that doesn't mean you can't come back and leave another comment. I will actually tell you. I will actually comment and say, hey, you put giveaway in it, so I'm going to delete it, and you need to leave another comment without putting that in. I will tell you. But if you can remember, please don't mention giveaway in the comment that you leave for this video. Because like I said, it's for my loyal subscribers. That's who I want to win my giveaway. So, what's going to be in the giveaway? Well, These things will be in the giveaway. And you'll see, because I'll be doing other videos along where I'm going to be showing. I'm going to probably do I'm thinking I'm going to do a large priority box. And it's going to be full of things that people starting out would like to, would need for slow stitching. Now, everybody has fabric. Everybody has some thread or some floss. If you do journals, then you know that, you probably use that stuff in your regular journals. But I've had a lot of my subscribers that watch my videos. They've mentioned that they want to start slow stitching. Well, I just thought, well, I'm gonna do this giveaway, and I'm going to focus on slow stitching. And it's for anybody that watches my channel. Even if you've been a slow stitcher for a long time, I probably have things that you don't have. So this box is going to be full of scraps of fabric, scraps of lace, this little book, this little needle kit thing, whatever you want to call it, sewing kit, needle kit, whatever. And I don't know, just a bunch of stuff that I use, when I slow stitch. That's what I'm going to put in this giveaway. And so if someone that wants to slow stitch but has never, and they don't have any of this stuff, because I tell you, when I started slow stitching, all I had was maybe, I had some fabric, because I made fabric journals, and I had a lot of lace due to the fact that I made fabric journals. But I didn't have a lot of floss. I didn't have a lot of needles, because I used my sewing machine. And once you start slow stitching, you don't use your sewing machine anymore. You use your needle and thread. You do it with your hands, hand sewing. And so a lot of stuff that I wanted for slow stitching, I didn't have. I didn't have felt. I didn't have a lot of nice linen fabric and stuff like that. But over the past years that I've been slow stitching, I have acquired a lot of stuff, more than I need. So I really want to share. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to do. And nothing says that you can't use this stuff in your journals, because you certainly can. But for those of you that are interested in slow stitching, you'll pretty much have everything you need to get started if you don't have anything. So, yeah. So that's it. I think that pretty much covers, I think that pretty much covers it. I think that's all that I wanted to tell you about, and I think I've probably rambled on probably just about long enough. So I know if you're still here, you really are. You really are supportive of me, because I know I can be a bit boring, and I can ramble, because what happens is I start talking, and then I start thinking, and then I start thinking out loud. That's pretty much what happens. So if you've been here listening to me think out loud, I appreciate that. And I'm really excited about this. And remember what I said. Shh. Secret. So, yeah, I'm going to say goodbye for now. So I hope that you'll take care of yourselves. Be happy, be safe, be well, and I will be talking to you very soon. Bye for now.